heavyweight clash for Friday night footy. Oh, what about the opening run? That was a brute from Spencer Leniu. That sets the tone, but he got up and dropped the ball. How good this Bulldogs defensive wall is, but the Roosters are asking questions. Tedesco to Nwanga. Nitawase! He stretches out, and that's 9 games in a row in which the Roosters have scored the first try. Watson plays behind them, goes to Sanders Smith. Now Savala takes on the defence, but he's tackled well by Burton. Oh, there's a high tackle penalty.
High tackle.
There's an invitation to go to 8-0 ahead.
Oh, you take 2.
And Crichton's kick lands straight in the lap of Sanders Smith.
He's hard.
Smith to the halfway. Crichton kicked it and he's chasing him and he's making ground. Crichton's going to get there. Sanders Smith mowed down. Canterbury asked to dig deep. Watson uses his pace. Beat Marnie. Beat Moran. Offloaded to Steep. Collins joins in off Tedesco. Now Billy Smith. Glorious ball movement. And back against the grain. 2-ball backhanded pass to Crichton. They just keep showing up.
Great footy.
Moran 2 metres away. And Tedesco can't get there. That is awesome by Canterbury. That's why they're leading the comp.
Well, that's hard. That's all hard. A little technique and all heart.
Collins, he's over! On the return from injury, Lindsay Collins has done just that. Cracked through the Dogs' defence. 12-0, maybe 14-0 coming up.
He's a try scorer. That's a run.
Here's Carraz, busting through the centre. He needs support. He finds it in Tracy. The pass wasn't ideal and the Roosters have come flooding back.
Still on.
Played it fast. Sexton looks in, beats one, tries to duck inside of Savala. Again, the Roosters come in numbers.
Whereas at the moment, he's got spiders all over.
Haywood weaving through. Straight to the centre. Kick-outs there. He's going to pull through and score the try. Here comes Canterbury. Marnie, Burton, kick-out. A pass to Montoya. Great defence. Brilliant by the Roosters.
Norman replay, Sexton, nice little fend. And the Dogs are back in it.
Nafahu White goes crouch. Here he goes! He's lived up to his promise. The big top. Oh! Here's the result. Kickhouse picked it up. That's for you, JT.
Well done, JT.
Reed Marnie. Kurt Mann, Matt Burton, Bronson Sherry. Oh, Radley didn't have a go at him. Sherry's gone straight through there. That slides over to score.
Yeah, great play. I love this play.
Centre of the 30-metre line, played by Nafahu White. Radley, Savala, Tedesco. Cut out Toya. Went to Nwanga Nitawase, who tiptoes down the wing and kicks ahead. And regathers to score a miracle try. Did it hit the line?
I thought it landed out.
Did the ball hit the line? Or is this a candidate for try of the year?
No way. No way.
What about this?
Mate,
No.
Let's try the decade.
No way.
That is beyond freakish.
He hops to keep his foot.
Oh! What a play.
That's one of the best tries of all time.
Ever.
The fans haven't let up. Burton back on the angle.
He's in.
Throw it over for his first try of the year, and what a time to do it.
He's in. Matt Burton.
Full time. What a game. 24-20. The Bulldogs have won again.
Two weeks in a row, getting used to it. I'm assuming you don't like getting used to it?
I don't want to get used to it too much, but I think it's great for us as a team to deal with those situations. I think, really similar to last week. The first half, the stats probably looked exactly the same. It was like 65-35% possession for long periods, and we made it pretty hard for ourselves. I thought we looked really tired in the first half because of that. We also had 3 games in 13 days and, defending 65% of possession in the first half just really put us under the pump. But some of our scramble efforts to just minimise the damage, I thought were outstanding. Kept us in the game. And at half time, I think it was awesome reference point to go back to last week and think about what we did there. And they did a great job in the second half.
On one hand, is it as simple as getting more possession in the second half, or I look at the Brisbane game last week tonight, is the team learning things in defence and making adjustments on the run? Yeah, we had to make a few adjustments tonight. What we were doing with the ball in the first half was, how do I put it nicely? Shit house. But so we had to adjust that at half time, and I thought, the boys did a great job. Making those adjustments and then come out in the second half and executing.
Did you let them know at half time that it was house? Kurt, how did you respond then?
The first half, we just put too much pressure on ourselves early on there, and when you don't get that game cycle right, it makes it really hard towards the back end of halves to be able to attack well, because you've spent so much energy defending the whole first half there. But like Ciro said, he let us know pretty definitely that it wasn't great, and made adjustments on the run.
It was Stephen Crichton last week who sort of grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, but Matt Burton looked like he did that tonight in the second half, just the way he sort of engineered that comeback. I thought Burton actually showed some good signs last week as well, but tonight, he just, what we wanted to do suited him, and he really attacked. I thought in the first half he did some really good things as well. He had a couple of kicks there and chased his own kick and was really competing really hard. I thought he was brilliant, but I thought our bench as well did such a good job. We lost Daniel early, Lipoy came on, and I thought he was outstanding. He just, the energy he brought onto the field, and then Bailey Haywood as well. He came on and sort of steered the ship as well during that period. So I thought they all did great.
Cam, is it intentional for Burton not to go to that spiral bomb as much probably this year as he has done in the past? He went to it once tonight and it proved results, but is that intentional?
He's got a licence to do it when he feels it's the right time, but a lot of the time we just want to control where we put the ball. He kicks that torpedo bomb great, but it's hard to control where it goes. And last year, probably 80% of the times we did it, we didn't get a result out of it. So he's got it up his sleeve for when he needs it, and he's got the licence there. He's starting to understand the flow of the game and the momentum of the game really well. And tonight, he realised that was the time when we needed it, and it was on, and he did a great job with it.
And I imagine it was quite deflating when you come back and then they score one of the greatest tries of all time. What does it say that you didn't let that concern you at all, and a couple of minutes later, bang, Birdo scores and you retake the lead straight away?
I think after last week we kind of learned about the thing about ourselves that we're never really beaten. So we've proven that now 2 weeks in a row that we can come from anywhere. So it's given us a lot of confidence there. We weren't really flustered by it. We knew if we stuck to the process, then we'd probably come away with the result.
Sarah, there are apparently a lot of people talking that Stephen Crichton, I don't know if he was placed on report, or he was penalised for a high shot tonight. Any concerns as an Origin team getting picked on Monday? Any worries that he might be charged tomorrow?
No. I wouldn't think so. Judging by your faces, I don't think you think so either. So, no.
Can you expect to lose many to Origin? I mean, the man sitting next to you has been mentioned as well. And you've also got, some back row depth issues as well. How do you think the next couple of weeks is going to go?
I hope I'm losing a few to Origin. Critters, he's probably definite, and then Kurt I think deserves to be there. He's done a great job, and there's a couple others that have put their hands up and been mentioned. And I hope they get to play in that arena, because I know they'll come back better players for us and better for the experience. We are a bit short of depth at the moment. We've got a few suspended and a few injured, but it's a great opportunity for the guys that will come in if that's the case.
Okay, I'm going to just go back to that Mark Norling to us try. That'll be the highlights for a moment that probably gets played all year. Is there anything that you look at that you think your team can do to defend that, or is that just like a piece of absolute brilliance that if it comes off, they're going to score every time?
Yeah, we could have done a bit better. I'll have to have a look at how, but he probably had a bit too much time there to size it up and get it done. So we had a couple of chances to stop him there. didn't do it. But credit to him, that was a freaky try, and he's did awesome.
I'm sorry, just how's Daniel?
Yeah, Daniel's actually really good. He knew exactly where he was. He knew what had happened, but he just stumbled. And the good thing is he's feeling really good in there. So obviously miss him next week, but he's done a great job for us so far.
Another injury issues?
No, all good. Cheers, thank you.
Robert, you took it to the ladder leaders tonight in that first half, and then hit the lead again late in the game, just didn't get there. How did you see it?
Thought it was a really good contest. I thought there was really good signs of a team there, like a good team. Thought there was a lot of self-inflicted errors, obviously from us, that allowed field position, and then we're playing a team that knows how to grind and enjoyed the contest, but really feel like we can be better.
Frustrating in the sense that we've seen it a few times where the first half's really, really good signs in a few games this year, and then you said a couple of errors just to open it back, and the teams have been able to strike late.
Yeah, just our ability to control. So you go from sort of system footy to then sort of some strategy towards the end, and there was two parts to it. Obviously the errors, and then defensive errors that we came up with, and then just sort of managing the questions that we asked when we were behind. I thought obviously Mark got us back into that with that try, but I thought we were also asking some really good questions there when we were behind. I felt like we kept playing footy, but it's really that one's it really hurts, because you can see you can see a team there that's could have possibly won today, could have possibly taken it to there, and I'm really proud of the team that we're becoming, and then that's super disappointing at the same time. Like, come on, finish that off. Come on, there was nothing new there. There was nothing tricky about that. That was get into position, end up with the ball, make those tackles. So, you get two parts to it.
We'll get to Mark's try in a moment, obviously, but you talk about finishing it off. It feels like an eternity ago, but Robert Toya's try when Mark flicked and then he had the path to the line. Like, on one hand, I'm sure you love the build-up, but how disappointing is it that they just don't execute that moment? Yeah.
I mean, you could go through lots of different moments. Obviously, 6 points there is a nice one. Could go through lots of moments, but overall, I think I summarised how I felt about it.
The try, Robert, just that Mark Nwani-Tawase try. Where's that? Well, it was just something spectacular, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a great try. It's really good to see someone play with attacking freedom like that. Sees the play really well, sees space really well, and has the courage to play.
Is that sort of like obviously he made a few errors off bombs, and Matt Burton sort of felt like it was targeting a bit there. Is it sort of like part of his progression still coming across, like where he's doing those incredible things like the flick pass just talked about, but it's also, I guess, trying to get the polish right, on those errors and things like that?
Yeah. The cost is really high of those, so and he's a really good catcher. I think there's too much effort in the jump and the catch. It's not through lack of technique. It's probably through I know it's through too much effort in the catch. So that's actually an easy fix rather than a technical fix. But those hurt tonight. They, can understand Mark's hurting in there, and you can do all that sort of stuff. But we love our game because it is attrition based and field position based as well.
Teddy, where's it, like, you've played a lot of footy, as far as tries that you've seen while you've been on the field, where's that one rate for an individual effort?
It's up there. That's just individual brilliance, really, and he does that stuff at training. He's shown, in the short time that he's been with us and been in NRL, he comes up with some incredible plays. So, I know he's hurting a bit in there from a couple of those errors, but we love him. He's great to have around the team, and he comes up with plays like that can potentially win games.
He attempted something very similar against the Warriors and just missed out. Then what does it say that a guy who's still in his infancy in rugby league has the confidence? He's not going to shy away from that. Having missed it once, he showed what he executed.
Yeah, he's got high instincts. I think that was the thing I was impressed with the most when he came, was his skill. whether that's a kick or a pass or a flick, or just has high instincts, and he's very skillful. So, he's still on the wing, but he can still create plays like that. So he's really important for us, and he's going to keep getting better and better.
That's a part of the game that we've got to make sure. It's a credit. The attrition based in Union isn't as high as in league, and so therefore you can take risk, and it's not going to hurt you like it can hurt you in rugby league, and that's why we love rugby league. But we've also got to make sure that players are coming through, not thinking attrition through 17s and 19s and all of that. There's got to be allowed to be that freedom in footy, and hopefully Mark can open up that for players and coaches to allow more freedom in the right areas, but back yourself. And our game needs those players, and we don't often do it, but it's a tip of the cap to the freedom that comes from Union, because it doesn't hurt as much.
Robert, what do you make of Spencer's kick-off returns tonight? Is it a case of getting that balance right? Because obviously, it looks spectacular 3 times he does it, but 2 of them resulted in errors when he's getting up.
Yeah, I think they're 2 separate things. I think you're never going to ask Spencer to pull back the kick-off carries. So that's you're going to ask for that, and it does physically change the opposition, and then it's just about him finishing off those play the balls. But he's unique in the way that he carries the ball, and we want to continue that.
Trent, just on the result, obviously disappointment, frustration, call it what you will right now, but you've taken it to the best in the comp, to the benchmark. What belief does this group leave with?
Well, that's why the pain's so high, because we do have a lot of belief, and we let one slip there, and we don't feel like we have belief in our team. We're really clear on that. I think we have belief before others had belief, and it's it was right there to get it done, and that's why the pain hurts. A lot of teams might be happy, or we're not happy about what happened. We knew that was in us, but let's become that team that we can see, in that dressing room.
How do you think you're placed to handle this representative period coming up as well? Because you might lose skipper there next year, but there's also Gus, Spencer, Lindsay. There's a few senior guys stepping out, and that's been a big thing for you in terms of bringing in the younger crew this year. Yeah, it's a good opportunity. I think we've got 3 games this year with a stand down, which is high, obviously. And so, there's some young players that are going to play longer minutes, and can't wait.
Thanks.
Thank you.